Hey everyone, just doing a little bit of a live stream here this morning, working on a new beginner's routine, which I'm excited to put a new beginner's routine where I'm going to show you guys three of my favorite hold and qigong movements I think are great for beginners. And then I'm doing a new morning routine here, because I think qigong is really popular for people. Hopefully you think this as well. To do qigong in the morning because um, it is a light form of exercise that people can do of all ages. And I think what's nice about qigong is you can get up in the morning, you can do like a 15-minute routine in your work clothing and however you are getting up for the day. And you can, yeah, get a nice gentle workout, stay in zone zero. And a good qigong morning routine is going to have some nice stretches, breathing exercises, and grounding flows to help you feel good for the day ahead. Um, I recently was watching Brian Johnson, who is this longevity guy, longevity expert, and he put out a video called "You're Exercising Wrong," in which he lays out all the different types of exercise that, when done together as part of a system, are good for longevity. And he talked about like zone two cardio exercise, high intensity exercises. He talks about strength training, and then the other two are balance and stretching. And I think Qigong fits into that, roughly into that category. Of course, I think other categories involve like the mindfulness and mind body fitness. So um, that was interesting. That I think that Qigong fits into a healthier lifestyle when you are eating properly, you're getting those other forms of exercise in, and you combine Qigong. I think it really creates a holistic longevity protocol that you can do. And I think where Qigong is so interesting, it's you're gonna be able to do it from, the time you're 30 to clear stress, promote mindfulness, begin working on that mind body fitness all the way till you're like 100 years old, right? There are Qigong teachers still teaching in China and places like this who are like 120 years old or something like this, and they're still going, right? So it's a wonderful practice. And as a Holden Qigong teacher, I am certified to teach this, and I think that's something that's good for people to know when they're watching my content. Is that I've gone through this certification process, and I take my understanding of Qigong pretty seriously. I consider myself pretty young at the same time, which means, yeah, like I'm gonna be improving and learning for many years ahead. Um, and I think that's a good thing. I think it's good to always be learning and growing. And you know, as a creator, because I'm not just a qigong teacher, obviously in the modern age, I'm also having to um, become a creator, which means a creator and like a marketer and all these things at the same time. So it's not the easiest path for sure. And it's for me, this is like a life purpose project because I realized as a young person just how hard it is to regulate emotions, to clear stress, to deal with anxiety. Um, and I feel like qigong, because it's not qigong is a whole practice going even deeper and beyond anything I've taught on YouTube, like the standing postures and movements and stretches. When we take into account just this idea of becoming skillful with your mind, your body, your movements, and your breath, all these things are part of your life force or being alive. That's like so powerful and important. And so for me, like I'm still learning a lot about nutrition. I feel like that's one of my weak areas lately. I've been really honing in on sleep. Actually, this has been a tough one of my tough sleep chapters because I just worked 100 days in a row up north, and coming back, I felt like, I felt like, yeah, I couldn't sleep that well. The time zone change, my habits change very quickly, and my sleep has really struggled for the past month or so, which has made it hard to be productive. And I was able to see that difference of like how I feel when I'm sleeping really well, because I usually do sleep fairly well. Like 85 on my sleep score is a good average for me. And then just seeing over the last month how not sleeping well has affected me, uh, it's just really drives home that importance of having a high quality sleep. So that's something I'm thinking a lot about, because that's like no amount of like exercise or nutrition or qigong practice is really going to give you that energy or that well-being if you're not sleeping high quality sleep on a regular basis. That's really something that I'm learning, and it's really inspiring and interesting to see that some of these practices that we can do are so simple and down to earth, and we just have to start to value them. And for me, being able to measure these things on my Aura Ring has been really useful, because then I can actually make adjustments. I think one of the things that qigong teaches you to do, qigong and mindfulness and breath work, is you get to feel into your body more and develop more of a relationship with it. But at the same time, um, we want to have data to know how well we're doing. Um, so, like on my Aura Ring, I can see when I sleep well, when I'm stressed, my heart rate, and these types of things. Um, and something I would like to improve on is being more data driven as I go forward. But also, it's important to tune into how you actually feel, because that's really the front line in a way. Um, where is this going? Sorry, guys. I decided to go live here as a sort of a casual live today. I'm actually exporting some videos right now, and I don't know. I just got like a new iPad, and I'm trying to use a new app to edit these, and I don't know where that went. So that's really weird. That treasure with our hands in. Um, hmm. So it's weird. Weird to me. I gotta check something here, guys. Anyway, super casual live, guys. I'm literally hanging out while I'm doing some work here. Where do Final Cut where do Final Cut Pro videos go when I export them? Yeah, so right now in my Qigong journey, I'm a certified Holden Qigong teacher. I'm continuing to evolve and to practice on a regular basis. And part of my practice, of course, is studying my videos, reading books, um, doing courses with people. And then complementing my Qigong practice, I'm doing a mindfulness certification through uh, mindfulexercises.com. And it's a really in-depth program. It's using a lot of mindfulness materials and stuff that's been developed through universities, as well as through these kind of Buddhist traditions. And so for me, it's more studious and intensive than the Holden Qigong certification, which was really, um, it really, what do I want to say? Experiential learning. That's what I kind of like about Qigong is to really learn Qigong. Um, is a combination of the theory, but also like the direct experience is so important. And that's something that I like. But I'm finding there's a lot of dovetailing and complementary benefit of studying this mindfulness program because um, it's not there. Let's try this again then. I think it's just gonna up my standards because there's a lot more contemplation and questions around just like teaching pedagogy and these sorts of things, um, which is great because I want to develop like a really solid qigong offer and teaching style. Of course, I'm kind of like weird here. I got this collared shirt underneath. Let's take this off. Ugh. So um, that takes time to practice. It takes time to study. It takes time to put all these things together. And I really love it. I think qigong is it's a really great package for modern ages because with cell phones and work and stress, we become really disconnected from our emotions, from our bodies, from stress, and I feel like there's a whole world that we can explore through these practices. And when I think about the type of community you can form, when I think about um, the impact of having more people do these practices on a regular basis, in combination with a healthy lifestyle, nutrition, and exercise, and other things like that, it's a beautiful thing. Like personally, I want to be healthy, wealthy, happy, creative, and I think other people do as well. And I think one of the foundations of wealth is our health, obviously, right? Um, but I also think for myself as a creator, there is a higher level of creativity that I would like to reach in my work with Effortless Qigong. Um, but as a one man show, there's a lot that goes behind the scenes. Like right now, I'm trying to improve my video quality while keeping them simple. So really, I think it's about um, getting a structure that works that people enjoy, and once that's there, I can continue to do it. I mean, Qigong's a niche market anyway. It's never going to be hugely popular. I'm totally fine with that. And then building up that community, being really consistent, which isn't that easy because I work contract jobs. So when I'm off contract, I'm able to make Qigong content, and then when I work, I'm saving up money, and I'm basically working every single day when I'm out there on those contracts. So that's a hard balance for me that I'm trying to find right now. Um, Also, there's a lot of noise online. Like it's really competitive space online with so many distractions. Qigong is kind of going against the grain in that way. But hey, I'm just gonna be consistent and keep working on this. What was I thinking also? Yeah, and then working on the Effortless Qigong Elevate app is another thing. Like I have to make a lot of design choices. Right now, I really want to make the Effortless Qigong Elevate app easy, intuitive, and something that actually people can build part of their life routine around, right? Like, which is why recently I've been kind of working on the calendar function. So when you start a journey, you're prompted to kind of continue with it every day when you're working on it. You can also add routines to the schedule, and that's really nice. And then I want the layout to be really intuitive. So it's like if you want to do a morning routine, you click that, you can choose your time, boom. And then from that, there's like, routines you can pick. One of the challenges with this is like, I don't know, I don't know like the best way to package all this, right? There's a lot of like creative decisions that will probably take me years, if not decades, to work through until I find something that works for people, right? Because I could put a bunch of routines on there and categorize them, but is it going to be overload? Like, how are people going to choose which routines they want to do? I think I'm not sure how it really works for YouTube, but I assume people are, they Google something or they get suggested Qigong routines and they just kind of practice them through those suggestions. Choosing your own routine from a library maybe isn't as easy, especially when they're all there as a bundle. Might not be that easy. Um, and after this Qigong, I'm not really trying to teach people like a Qigong course where you learn all these things. It's more about people who are already practicing and creating a library of easy to do routines that are enjoyable, that you feel good, that are relaxing, that are premium. You can watch them on TV, your phone, your laptop, your tablet, anywhere, and you can show up and you can do them every day, right? And I want to make it easy, accessible, and affordable for everyone because I think that's really important. Um, I want to be able to teach Qigong full time, and I want to be able to master this area, do deep research over the rest of my life into Qigong, mindfulness, breathwork, and healthy psychology and living a good life. And I want to wrap that all into this everything I do um, here because I think that our lives are to be alive is a gift. It's a rare and profound thing, and I think that when we realize what we want to learn in life and we put everything into learning that, becoming an expert in that area, and then sharing that with others, we create authentic value for others and ourselves. And it's that reciprocal process that I think has so much value to myself and others and society. And that's the contribution I would like to leave at the end of my life. No guarantees in life. Um, and I feel like I'm in a phase right now where no one really cares about this channel, which is interesting. And maybe that's just I don't know. We don't know, but I don't know what I can achieve here on YouTube. I don't know what I can achieve through this work, but I know that I need to upgrade myself, my operating system, my focus, my discipline, um, my financial health, my relationships, all these things to really create something powerful here. And I think at the end of the day, there's no knowing whether off anything I'm doing here is going to work or become successful. But I know that by pursuing success and pursuing wellness and understanding that my life will improve as it has and it will continue to. Because I want to mature as a human as I keep aging, and I want to be a positive force in the world, even if my contribution is relatively small. Because this world is massive, and there's billions of people, and a lot of the challenges that we're facing right now are beyond my capacity to solve. And I don't really want to solve things as much as I want to offer insights and habits, and I really want to study deeply this area. Okay, so here we go. I just want to upload this. I can send this to YouTube. Let's try that. Man, AI is good, but sometimes it's so wrong about things. I was like, "Can I upload directly from, Final Cut to YouTube?" It's like, "No, you can't," but actually I can, and I just did. So, that's cool. Um, you know, I think, uh, my views have gone down a lot recently, I don't really know why. I think it's probably because 'cause I'm not that consistent with my work schedule. Um, that's a little disappointing, but I don't really care at the same time. I think there's people who value my videos, and, we're just gonna keep making them. I really just wanna keep making these videos until they're so undeniably good that those people in the Qigong community are so aware of them. Like, I wanna market them, I wanna make them, I want them to be excellent. I want to deeply, profoundly cultivate my own chi, my own understanding of these things. Um, and I want to really develop a deep experiential understanding because I don't think science, Western science, is the only lens that's valid for understanding the human experience or the human body or cosmology or ontology or philosophy. It's just, I've consumed enough different perspectives at this point to know that. Even though I consider myself a layman under most circumstances. But chi is a really useful lens for understanding health and well-being, especially in the context of a qigong practice. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna continue to, work on myself, to work on offering value to others, and it also brings a lot of joy to me when people leave positive comments on my videos. Like the fact that someone like followed along with the qigong routine and enjoyed it brings a lot of joy to me. I mean, also, but one of the counterintuitive things is that when you're trying to create something and you really are passionate about it, for me personally, at my level of development right now, is that that's a stressful thing. And it's stressful because you're building something, you're overcoming challenges, you're asking powerful questions, and you know, but that's okay. That's part of this process. All right, guys. So I'm gonna go do a little qigong practice. I'm gonna meditate, and I'm gonna upload this video. Today I want to work on some music and stuff. I might do a little live stream where I'm playing some music on the channel. I know that's not like the main focus of Effortless Qigong, but I'm just gonna do it anyway. And yeah, so I'll see you in my next video. Stay well, guys. Peace.